sure you would remember her.
I didn't know my uncle had a psychiatrist. I just knew he needed one.
You're not very impressed, are you?
Look, kid, out there is a street called Broadway. It could just as easily be called the street of lonely hearts and broken dreams.
You know, that would be a very funny name for a street.
Look, hundreds of kids just like you come in here every day to New York, the Big Apple.
Kids with talent, good looks, ambition.
All wanting the same thing.
Success.
Adulation.
Recognition. I'm willing to work hard.
Well, of course you are.
We all are!
They're all hoping to get their big break. Tell me, where are you from?
Nebraska.
Colorado. California.
New Rochelle.
New Rochelle!
New Rochelle?
So, what's wrong with New Rochelle?
Well, nothing. It's just, whether it's California, Colorado, or New Rochelle, it doesn't really make a difference. They're just not New York.
What are you talking about? New Rochelle is less than an hour away from here.
You're right. It's only about 45 minutes. But what a difference that makes. The West, so they say, is a land far away, where actors put talent behind them. This may all be, but just take it from me, you don't have to go out west to find them. If you want to see a real fine congregation, a place where real amateurs dwell, just hop on a train at the Grand Central Station, get off when they shout New Rochelle. Only 45 minutes from Broadway, think of the changes it brings, what a short time it takes, what a difference it makes in the ways of the people and things. Oh, what a great bunch of actors, oh, what a fine atmosphere. It's Amateurs Day, and imagine Broadway only 45 minutes from here.
I don't have to stay here and be insulted. I can go anywhere.
Look, don't take it personally. It's just, well, if you really want to make it in theater, you got to be on Broadway. Man, that's a real shame. Well, I guess things will work itself out. You know, Shirley,
It's Mary.
you know, Mary, I've been thinking. Anyone with your ability and perseverance deserves a break.
Really?
Yeah, I knew the minute you walked in this theater, you had a certain something.
A letter of recommendation.
Talent, good looks, ambition.
I think you said that before.
The pay is low.
I can make it.
The hours are long.
I can do it.
You'll have to start in the chorus.
I can work my way up.
The job is yours. Come on, let me buy
Oh, Richard, darling. I just had to come by and see how your new show was going.
Go ahead. Take all the time that you need. Mona Monroe, you look every inch a star.
Yes, I do, don't I? Hello, Eddie, dear.
Hi, Mona. We've been holding your spot for you, Mona. When can you start rehearsals?
That's what I came by to talk to you about. I hear you've been having some difficulties raising the money for the show.
We're just a few dollars short. Nothing to worry about.
I see. Exactly how much is a few dollars? What's the budget for the show?
About 100,000.
And how much do you still need?
About 100,000. But Mona, as soon as I announce that you're playing the lead, I can get the money in a minute.
Well, dear, my agent has found me this other role, and he insists I take it. After all, your last two shows didn't do very well. You can't ask me to take a chance at this point in my career.
But Mona, remember, I was the one that discovered you in the chorus where you left your sister.
Yes, I know.
I gave you your first big break.
I know.
I made you a star.
That's true. And now I have a responsibility to my public. I hope you understand.
Unfortunately, I do. All too well.
Listen, dear, I'd love to help you. If I find someone with $100,000, you'll be the first to know.
Sure, Mona. Thanks a lot. So what do we do now? Well, looks like we got two chances. Slim and none. The heat's turned off, the rent's past due. Now money to every person I see.
Sounds like you're living the American dream.
I wish I could just go cry somewhere in my beer. If only I could afford the beer.
There's gotta be something we can do.
There's still a couple people I can still talk to, but money's pretty tight. It's kind of hard to find an angel with $100,000 to invest. I think we better break the news to the cast until I can put something together.
Alright, I'll do it. Meanwhile, you go out there and do the best you can.
I'll call you right away if I have any luck. Oh, you must be Mr. Harper. I just got your call. Sorry I'm late.
Punctuality is important.
Well, you tend to be a night owl in this business. I rarely get up before noon. Even my alarm clock refuses to go off before 11 a.m. I'm sorry, is this some kind of a joke?
If it is, it's a rather expensive one, I must say.
Paid to the order of $100,000. But who, why? It was Mona, wasn't it?
I don't know what you mean.
Mona Monroe. She said she wanted to help with the show. I just didn't think she was serious.
I'm afraid I've said all I can. Only to say that I've been instructed to stay for the financial arrangements for the show.
Well, great. Well, I guess I better take this to the landlord and get the heat turned back on.
I've already taken care of that.
You know, you're right. It's a little warmer in here. Say, you're pretty efficient. Well, there'll never be another Mona Monroe, but maybe you can give Mary a few pointers.
Well, Richard, that's what I came by to talk to you about. I found out that I'll be at liberty to take the lead in your new show after all.
Well, that's great, Mona, but I just finished casting. You know that.
Then you really didn't mean what you told me on the phone, did you?
About the money? Well, certainly I meant it. I had the check for $100,000 before you even left the theater.
Then let me put it this way, Dick. No Mona Monroe, no show.
That's blackmail.
Isn't it, sweetie?
Well, I won't do it.
Come on, you're gonna put all these nice people out of work. So you can give this little Mary Sunshine a big part in your next show.
I guess you're right. I don't really have a choice. Well, maybe she can be your understudy at least. I have some news. It seems that Mona, well, she'll be able to take her part in the lead after all. Look, I know you gotta be disappointed.
It's all right, Dick. I understand. You can get a big star like Mona Monroe. Well, you just can't take a chance on someone nobody knows. Besides, there's still that spot in the chorus.
I'm afraid not. You see, Susie's back from the hospital, and
there's nothing for me. Well, I guess that's show business. From the headlines to the breadlines in one afternoon.
look, if you need some money, I'd be happy to help.
No, I have enough money for a train ticket back home. That's all I really need.
Come now, Richard dear. Since this little misunderstanding has been taken care of, perhaps we should discuss terms. I think $2,000 a week.
2,000? Mona, we better talk this over in my office.
Whatever you say, darling.
Look, Mona, $1,200 is all I can afford right now.
$1,800. My agent would never let me take a penny less.